thermonuclear warhead. What's going on, guys? Tracomaster. Welcome back to another video. And after the New Year's Eve speech I gave to you, which was a little deep maybe, and I hope you got something from that, I wanted to continue with an even deep video, to be honest. So, just a few seconds ago, I said thermonuclear warhead, and would you have said that word to me a couple of, maybe 2 weeks ago, I would have been like, so what? And maybe you'd be like, well, I heard that somewhere, Vsauce, so you're going to talk about a Vsauce video? Well, yeah and no, it's kind of the same, but still, I really want to emphasize some things, and even if you haven't watched the video, whatever. So the video I'm talking about is Cruel Bombs. In that video, it's about atomic bombs, and we all know that atomic bombs are bad, but after reading a certain book, Command and Control by Eric Schlosser, I had to read that for English, so I might as well. I got a completely different view of how bombs, or how I actually look at bombs, and like nuclear bombs. Now, I will actually start at the beginning. So, some people like the Second World War, some others really don't like war, or like you cannot like war, but like the techniques behind it, or something like that. Some people like the vehicles, and I actually just like the vehicles. I don't like really war, because that's kind of weird if you like war. But, so I actually thought like, well, Cold War, it's more interesting than the Second World War, so I'm going to read a book about it. And that was Command and Control, written by Eric Schlosser, as I stated earlier, and he is a anti-nuclear bomb advocate, or actually you could more say he actually points people to the dangers of nuclear bombs. Now, the thing is, the nuclear bomb started with the Manhattan Project. Now, Nazi Germany was actually beaten, and there were a lot of scientists collected, and America was about to build a nuclear bomb, which was quite a process. And everybody knows the Manhattan Project. Everyone knows that there are 2 atomic bombs dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and that's about it. Okay, they were destructive and stuff, but let me actually explain a little bit more. So, the Manhattan Project was so huge, and there was so much money put into it, and there were actually 2 types of bombs created. The one was the gun barrel type bomb, and that was the one dropped on Hiroshima, and that yielded about maybe 50 kilotons of TNT. So 15,000 tons is 15,000 times 1,000 kilograms. Which is 15 million kilograms of TNT, which is quite a lot. And actually 2 days later, there was another bomb dropped on Japan, on Nagasaki, and that was an implosion-type bomb. Yes, implosions do exist, and let me just say the gun-type barrel bomb was the not as effective one, or the least effective one. But what you want to know, and that really is weird to me, is that only 1% of all the uranium in the gun-type barrel bomb actually fissioned. Meaning that 0.6 grams of uranium were enough to wipe out a couple of thousand people. It was actually tens of thousands. It was like 20 to 30,000 casualties. Think about that for a moment. 0.6 grams. If you pick up like 10 euros or something, that's 0.6 grams. It's even more, actually, than that. And that was enough to wipe out a whole city. Now, moving on, the bomb on Nagasaki was actually more powerful, about 7 kilotons of TNT more. And most of the atomic bombs nowadays are actually implosion-type bombs. Now, moving on to the Cold War, obviously, like with the Soviet Union, and they wanted an arms race, and there's a whole lot I could talk an hour about. And I actually want to return to the word I said first in this video, which is a thermonuclear warhead. Now, the scientists actually began to discover that actually fissioning atoms was way more efficient than actually splicing them. So what they did is, well, maybe we can actually make a bomb which fissions two hydrogen atoms, and that would yield a lot of energy. And that's basically what the sun does. So to do that, there's an even more complicated process involved, and so they began testing those weapons. And I'm just going to make a huge jump ahead to the Titan II intercontinental ballistic missile, which was basically a missile fired from a bunker which went into space and then just like dropped in the Soviet Union, releasing its yield. Its yield of 9 megatons. And you might be like, yeah, okay, so I'm just gonna like keep watching. But I actually want you to realize something. 9 megatons means 9 million times 1,000 kilograms of TNT, which is 9 billion kilograms of TNT, if I'm correct. Let that sink in for a moment. That is 700 times more than the bombs dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. That's so to me, that was a game changer. Like, think of that, if like a bomb like that ever detonated on a city, how much it would wipe out. Now, there are graphs on the internet which actually show the mushroom clouds or something of different atomic bombs, including the ones dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And the ones in Hiroshima and Nagasaki are really small, and the thermonuclear warheads are pretty big. Excuse me, I'm actually going to look it up. Atomic bombs size. I'm just going to do... Okay, so I got the picture now, and you got it as well. And I want you to see something. Oh, hold on a second. I want you to look at the bomb... where is it? I want you to look at the bomb Mike. That was the first thermonuclear bomb ever detonated. And actually, scientists went like, well, yeah, it's going to have a yield of about 5 megatons. Turned out it had a yield of 15 megatons, which is 3 times as much. And the estimated size of the fireball created by that bomb was 4 miles. 4 miles times 1.6, excuse me, I did poor research, is 6.4 kilometers in wideness. That was just a fireball. And 20 miles away, like, everything was just devastated. 20 miles away, which is about 32 kilometers away. And about 100 miles away, you could still see the flash. I just want you to realize how much power these bombs have. Now, if you see the Tsar bomber. Just imagine how fucking huge that was. I never stood still at the 15 megaton Tsar bomber. I was like, oh yeah, that's a big boom. Okay, that's cool. But still, it's... I really... This is the point I want to make in this video. Just think about it for a moment, how much power these nuclear bombs had. And was actually quite funny because in the same book, the author actually stated, like, I made interviews with people who were actually generals in the Cold War, and they were like, I'm actually really surprised that never anything really happened. Like, there were accidents, and but never like there was some kind of angel guy like helping the Earth. It weren't angels or something. I know that, but it's still just amazing that we can make bombs that are so huge, but we cannot actually really control them because we just cannot like give them away, because if the America were to say like, well, we're going to put all our bombs away, then Iran and Great Britain and Russia and so still would have him. And if everyone would say, yeah, we'll put him away, then North Korea goes, fuck you all, I'm going to make my bombs. I'm not so scared of North Korea. Like in recent news, they said they tested a thermonuclear bomb that turned out to be pretty wrong because there was just a lot of gibberish. It was just a conventional bomb because it didn't yield enough. It was just a few kilotons of TNT. But still, I really want you to carry away from this, like, how lucky you are to be here and that everything is as it is. Even though things are fucked up, just to realize that maybe the present is a little bit shitty, but at the same time, it is still lucky that it isn't different, that we aren't like all under a regime called the Nazis, that we like all those kind of things, and yeah, I just actually wanted to tell that to you guys. So yeah, I guess thank you for watching. That was just about everything I wanted to say to you guys. I actually have tests week coming up, so videos will be minimal. But I do have a bonus video for everybody who sticked around. So there will be a little eye on the top right corner, so you can check that video out. It is Dutch, so excuse that, but it's just a little fun thing I made. So if you're Dutch or you're just American, maybe want to look at how, or like listen how funny Dutch sounds, then just go to that video. It's pretty funny, I think. Yeah, I told you everything I want to tell you, and I think until next time, I'll see you guys around. Bye.